MERRIAM-WEBSTER defines the generation gap as the difference in opinion and values between young and old. At a program begun at Blessed Sacrament School in Holyoke, students and senior citizens have provided a new definition to that phrase for more than a decade now. Steve KILTONIC spent a few days with the students and tells us more.
It's a Thursday afternoon in March, and students from Blessed Sacrament School in Holyoke are boarding a bus. It's something they've become accustomed to each week for the past 8 months. The short mile-and-a-half trip to the Daybrook Village Senior Living Center. As the 6th, 7th, and 8th graders get off, they head off to one of the buildings in the Daybrook complex, where they get a chance to visit for an hour with their newfound friends, the Senior Center residents. It's all part of the Intergenerational Mentor Program, which has been ongoing for the past 15 years between Blessed Sacrament and Daybrook Village. The program started in 2003 when it was called Loomis House. Betsy Novinsky, a first-grade teacher at the school, has been with the program for 9 years.
The program started then, and the program consists of 12 students. That's the maximum that we take. Students in grades 6, 7, and 8 are invited to join, and it's a commitment. They need to come every Thursday, and if they are not there, that's usually a very good reason that they're not.
She said the criteria for joining the club is simple. Students need to have both good grades and be in good behavioral standing. This year's group consists of 9 girls and 2 boys, although some years it's been only girls. Shayna Hill came on board here 4.5 years ago. Since then, she's helped the program evolve into a life enhancement general activities program.
The residents are very happy to come down and see the students every Thursday, and those residents that aren't able to attend the program, the students are nice enough to go down to the rooms and check on them, those that are become sick.
Over the years, the program has been honored by Daybrook for its benefit to the seniors and the community.
It's a blessing that these students sign up for this program. It's not that, they're made to come to the program. This is something that they want to do out of the kindness of their hearts, which makes it a huge difference for the residents.
I have seen them just become such caring individuals. I sit in amazement at the questions I hear them asking. They will draw the residents out in conversation, and it's just wonderful to listen to them, and I think they gain so much from this.
The age difference here between young and old can be 50 years or more.
Yes, there is a huge gap, but it doesn't mean that they can't make relationships and friendships there.
Emma Caproni is the group's lone 6th grader. Back when the program started last September, she said she wasn't quite sure she made the right decision to join.
At first I was kind of afraid because, I don't really know anyone there, but now I've started to, break out my shell and started to, talk more, and, now I know the people there, and it's much different.
Shayna oversees the various activities between the students and seniors. Board games are big: bingo, trivia, family feud. Crafts are also popular. This day they're making foam birds.
Some days we'll do socials for a holiday, like St. Patrick's Day social, Valentine's Day social, and we'll just talk and have food.
Emma's developed a special bond with Nancy. Both share a common interest, basketball, but the conversation can touch on any number of topics. Nancy said the trivia competitions can get pretty competitive.
These children are exceptional in their knowledge, really. They know answers to questions about things back in the 1920s as well as now.
They give you a history lesson, huh?
They are. They are very smart children.
Emma's learned, to her surprise, that both share more similarities than differences.
That things aren't actually so different from what they were back then. Some stuff we still do the original way, but we sometimes put new spin on it.
The weekly gatherings has had a big impact on her and the other residents.
It means a lot because it brings the young people in to talk with and communicate with and find out what's going on in their life. And we don't get a lot of chance to see young people here. It's just all those young ladies that are 80 and 90.
This is Julian Parent's 3rd and final year in the program.
I just really love meeting new people, just making new friends, and just having new experiences, and just talking to the residents there.
What do you enjoy most about it, about meeting with the seniors?
Just learning what it was like back then without all this technology that we take for granted nowadays, and just what it was like back then, the sports they played and the schools they went to and the friends they met.
Julian learned some valuable advice from one resident, Bob, a Navy vet who passed away a few weeks before this interview.
So that was really sad. But he taught us a couple good life lessons that I still keep with me today.
What did he teach you?
He taught me just to live every day as it happens and just stay positive and just don't let anything bring you down.
This is 7th grader Anna Puddick's second year in the program.
I've always loved just communicating with people, especially elders, and I just love talking, and people, I love learning about people's history, their past, and it's just super interesting to me.
Anna, whose favorite subject is history, spoke to another resident, a war vet.
He was shot in the shoulder, here, and so sometimes, it'll make it hard for him to move his arm, and it'll kind of just go limp. It makes me kind of amazed what they go through, because reading books, it'll tell you a lot, but talking in person with an actual veteran who's in a war, it tells you a lot more.
Mary Benoit is proud to have spent 37 years as a middle school teacher.
It's a thrill because it brings back what I used to do for my teaching work, and they're super. They are enthusiastic. They're so generous with their time. And so it's just been a breath of fresh air, first of all, because they're such neat kids.
For Benoit, the generation gap evaporates with this program.
Kids can think that, well, older people are a little bit strange, perhaps, or there could be old fogies. And I think that disappears with the first or second meeting, that they really see that the things that they experienced and we experience, even though there's 40 or 50 years difference, aren't that different.
Graduation doesn't necessarily mean the end of a friendship. Students oftentimes come back to visit and reconnect with the residents because of the strong bonds they've established.
Some of our students here, they come and visit the residents on summer break. They don't even have to come here. It's just out of the kindness of their hearts, and it makes a big difference. It really means a lot to them.
But all good things do come to an end, even if for a temporary basis. On April 11th, a student graduation was held. They visited Daybrook one last time to officially close the program for the 2018-2019 academic year. The students and residents gathered for a pizza party and some cake. Each student received a certificate and a gift for participating. Students and residents shared stories and reminisced about the year together. While the atmosphere was festive, there was also an air of sadness.
Sometimes there are tears that flow because I end up with those that are going to 9th grade, and I end up missing them because I'm not going to see them again. But other than that, it's a really good program, and I'm happy that we have it here.
It's obvious from the interaction that the relationships here are lasting, not fleeting. While the 8th graders will be moving on, many of the 6th and 7th graders will return for another year of memorable memories. The Blessed Sacrament Intergenerational Mentor Program, bridging the generation gap by breaking down the barriers between old and young. For Real to Real, I'm Steve KILTONIC.
Steve says it looks bright for next year, as most of the 6th and 7th graders will return in the fall for another year of learning and friendship in a program continuing to shine a light on all who participate.